So dear students, in this video we are going to learn the remaining part of the chapter number 7, that is metals and non-metals. So physical and the chemical properties of the metal and physical and chemical properties of the non-metal has been done in the previous video. So let's see what are noble metals. So in chemistry, the noble metals are metals that are resistant to corrosion and oxidation in moist air. Means in simple words, noble metals are precious metals. For example, some metals like gold, silver, platinum, palladium and rhodium, these are known as noble metals, means these are the precious metals. Gold and silver, platinum, these are the precious metals. So they occur in nature in the elemental state. Gold, which is 100% pure, is known as 24 karat gold. So pure gold is very soft. As a result, the ornamental which is made of from the pure gold can easily be break or bent due to the pressure. So therefore goldsmiths mix it with a certain proportion of the copper and the silver with the gold and makes the 22 karat golds. So ornaments that are made up from the 22 karat gold or gold with still smaller carat value, those are very hard and uh, they can be long lasting. So see the uses of noble metals. So gold, silver and the platinum, as we know, they are used to prepare the ornaments, and silver used in the medicines also. It has antibacterial properties. Silver is used in the ornament also, medicines also, in sweets also. Gold and the silver also used to make medals, gold medals and silver medals, and gold and silver also used to make few electronic devices. Platinum, palladium metals are used as a catalyst. Means catalyst means they can speed up the reaction, means they are added in the chemical reaction for increasing the speed of the reaction. Now see purity of the gold. So as we know that pure gold is very soft, that is 24 karat. So when we ask the rate of the gold in the gold shop, it always differ. Why? Because gold is a noble metal. In nature it occurs in the elemental form. So 100% pure gold is 24 karat. Pure gold is very soft, therefore gold ornaments which are prepared by the pure gold may break or bend easily due to the pressure. Hence goldsmith adds specific amount of the other elements like the copper and the silver to it to prepare the ornaments. 22 karat gold is used. So see in the table, there is 24 karat gold is 100%. In 24 karat gold there is a 100% gold is present, means it is a pure gold, which is not normally used to prepare the ornaments. Normally 22 karat of gold is used to prepare the ornaments. So 22 karat gold is having 91.66% gold, and other 8% or 8.5% gold element is made up from the other substance like the copper and the silver. In 18 karat only 75% gold is present. In 14 karat only 58% gold is present, and in 12 karat only 50% gold is present, means half amount of the gold and the half amount of the other element is present. In 10 karat gold only 41.6% gold is present. So now next is corrosion. So gases in the air when reacts with the metal in the presence of the moisture to form the metal compounds, and this metal get affected by this process and undergoes, and this is known as corrosion. So in the figure, in the picture you have see, you can see the nails, which is so in the nails this yellow or brown color powdery substance appear. This is known as a corrosion. So corrosive nails, this is one best example of corrosion is the Statue of the Liberty, which is situated in the New York City of America, and this is situated near the sea. So the original surface of the statue was made up from the copper, but now it look like the green in color. Why? Because the copper carbonate formed, means the statue was prepared from the copper, and this copper then reacts with the carbon dioxide which is present in the air, and due to which it forms the copper carbonate, and due to the formation of the copper carbonate, the Statue of the Liberty looks like the green in color, but actually it is made up from the copper. Now next is alloy. So the homogeneous mixture of the two or more metals, or a homogeneous mixture metals with the non-metals, is known as alloy. Alloy means when two or more metals mix together and forms the new metal. This metal is known as the alloy. So alloys are made up by the mixing the constituent element in as per the requirement. For example, the stainless steel utensils which are used at home are made up of an alloy of iron and with carbon. So stainless steel, generally the gas stove which is used generally in the homes, these are the stainless steel. So this is prepared from the mixing copper with the iron, sorry, carbon with the iron, and the little amount of the chromium and the nickel is also present. The alloy bronze is from the copper and the tin. So generally three types of the metals are there: gold metal, silver metal and the bronze metal. So third is the bronze metal. This bronze is prepared from mixing the copper and tin in equal amount. So see common types of the alloys. First is the steel. Steel which is made up from the combination of the iron with the carbon, and iron is a metal and the carbon is a non-metal. So mixing of the metal and the non-metal, that is the iron and the carbon, which leads to formation of steel. Next is bronze. Bronze, combination of the copper with the tin, and copper and the tin both are metals. And third is a brass. Brass is made up from the mixing the copper with the zinc, and both are metals, copper and the zinc. So example of corrosion was the Statue of Liberty. Now example of the alloy is the Qutub Minar, which is situated in the Delhi. So there is an iron pillars in the premises of the Qutub Minars. So in the premises of the Qutub Minars, the pillars which are made up from the iron, and this is made about 1500 years ago, and the pillars is lustrous even after so many years, means this iron pillars looks like lustrous or looks like shiny even today also. Why? Because this the ancestor which made the Qutub Minar had made the pillars from an alloy, means pure iron was not present in those pillars. The mixture of the metals, two or more metals are present for preparation of the pillars. So due to the presence of the alloy, those pillars look like lustrous even after so many years today also. So it contains small proportion of carbon, silicon and the phosphorus. So this carbon, silicon and the phosphorus, carbon and the phosphorus, these are non-metals. These are mixed with the iron. So iron is a metal. So alloy is made up from the metals, combination of the metals and the non-metals for formation of the pillars in the Qutub Minar. So this is the advantage of alloy. So a cheap variety of stainless steel which is made sometimes by using the copper instead of costly nickels. So you might have seen the vertical cracks which are then produced in the stainless steel vessels. The reason is this, because they are not made up from the copper, costly nickels. So instead of nickels they use the copper.